Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching the originals. This is episode 21 of season 3. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. You can vote for your most liked to dislike characters of this season in the description below. Get voting for them and we will reveal my choices and your results in the finale, which is the next episode. So thanks for doing that. Now, speaking about last episode, man, it was crazy. We kind of doubled down on Davina and Camille's death, haven't we? You know, I was interested because obviously when it happened, I said, you know, it's brutal with Camille dying, and I feel like she possibly has gone. Like, we did give her like a decent send-off. It was quite good. It did feel emotional. Felt like it had some oomph to it. Do you know what I mean? Like something that's actually drove a dagger right into Klaus and the Michaelsons and impacted the whole family, you know, to the core, where it's obviously going to, you know, catapult and ripple all the actions going forward. So like, I felt hers had a bit of like oomph to it. Davina's, it come out kind of out of nowhere. It was interesting though because it fell obviously on cold, but it was the ancestors that was doing it. And I kind of thought that by Davina dying in the same episode as Camille, it gave me a little bit of hope that she could be back on the ancestor side, kind of where we seen Cole that first time when Davina went like astral projected into it when she was channeling Josh, and you know, she could go there, kind of save Camille. Do you know what I mean? Give me a bit of hope. Well, last episode was interesting because that is where she was. She woke up there and she was getting abused by everybody that was in there. All the ancestors, mate, they couldn't wait to find her. They said they've been waiting for her for ages, and you know, they're going to have a field day in attacking her and just making her suffer for everything that she's done. Now, personally, I don't think Davina's done anything that bad, really. You know, it's the ancestors that have done way more worse of things. They requested loads of harm to innocent people just because they want to rule themselves, and obviously because Davina didn't want to sacrifice herself, and because obviously she wouldn't do all the things that they wanted them to as regent, you know, that they obviously have a hatred towards her, and one of them hatred is, or one of the consequences of doing that is when they brought Cole back, they interfered with the spell, and the result of it was basically Cole could stay alive if he took out Davina, which he did, and he had no control over doing it, and that is what happened. And obviously Marcel wasn't happy about him. He grabbed her, took her to the Michaelsons. He was saying, look mate, we need to get everybody on board. We need to get Davina back. You know, we need to consecrate her, and we need to bring her spirit back. Well, Freya was jumping on it. She was trying to do it. She made one of those, like a little circle thing. Do you know what Davina done when they went and she brought Cole back, and he managed to extract Davina out into the present where everybody was, but she couldn't leave the circle. And she was saying obviously like they've got something there, like this little weapon thing, and they was holding it in front of her like glowing, and it was giving her cuts. And I think what did Vincent say, mate, if they manage to cut you up or something, it like destroys your soul and you'd be gone forever. So like, you're lucky that we brought you back here. So they was trying to do everything that they can. Everybody was on it, literally. I've got to admit, everybody was on it. They was all trying. While that was happening, obviously Klaus and all that was trying to hunt down Lucien as well. They was trying to do their section of trying to take him down, while they was trying to do their section of trying to bring Davina back. Lots of stuff going on, really interesting. Now, obviously, Freya, she ended up going to Elijah and she says, look, mate, I know a way that we can kill Lucien. Literally, I know a way how to do it. When our mother created you guys, yeah, she was the one that created the spell, and she was the only one that could reverse engineer it. You know, that was the reason why the witch that cast it is a witch that can reverse it. And you know, we could do that with you, Vincent. You're the one that cast it on Lucien. You could be the one that reversed it. He said, nah, mate, it wasn't just me. It was all the ancestors. No one dead and alive could even do that. She thought of another way. She was like, look, mate, the ancestors, they're on wherever Davina is. And the way we can get to him is she's kind of like the anchor. She is in the midst of she's like dead alive, so to speak. If I go in, I break the circle, I can get into the same realm where she is. I can channel them, I can attack them, I can harness their powers. Now obviously that means that there's a big consequence to Davina, that she could possibly die. You know, they're sacrificing her safety. She's going to be collateral damage, and they didn't know what to do. You know, even Elijah, he was like, what should we do? You know, they ran Klaus. I thought Klaus had a great episode, to be honest. They ran Klaus. He was like, look, no mate, we've had too many people around us, like bit of suffering, sacrifice, we've got to find another way. That was like one of the first shocking things that happened he done in this episode that I was interested in, honestly. Putting other people before him. Do you know what, I can't exactly remember all the stuff he done, but I do remember in that episode he done loads of things that wasn't selfish, wasn't rash. He was thinking about other people. The Davina one definitely shocked me, because all the things that she's done to him, even if it's justified, I would have thought that he would have been like, boom, straight away, go and do it. But no, man, he was thinking about her and others. You could definitely tell that the conversation he had with Camille was having a big effect on him and the way he's judging and doing decisions. Now, obviously, they're on their run. they decided to do it. You know, Frey was like, F this, mate. You know, obviously they come to the conclusion, you know, one loss for the take of Lucien down. And they broke the spell. They went in, they extracted, they harnessed the powers. They went and found Lucien. He was dominating Klaus. You know, they found out where Rebecca was. He was trying to find it. He found out he was in the bayou. Went over, crashed into them. Tried to take Rebecca. He was fighting Klaus, you know, fighting Haley. He knocked Klaus out. He grabbed Haley. He was about to pull her heart out. Who come along? Frey and Elijah, mate. Literally, Frey had her hands glowing. She was like, whoa. She extracted the power. She's like, mate, I've extracted the powers from the ancestors. He's no longer this monster anymore. Klaus went over straight away. Kaboom. Ripped his heart out. You know, I mean, actually, he cut his face first. You know, he's like, you're still that same old stable boy that you've always been. And then killed him. So we thought the threat was gone. Well, no, mate. Vincent and Marcel, they're blaming the Michaelsons for what happened to Davina. Even though Davina was the one that stated that it was the ancestors. It was all the witches that had done everything to them. Yeah, the Michaelsons might have played a little part, but Davina, you know, she made a bed. She has to lie in it. Technically, that's what it is. You know, he's not having that, Marcel. Vincent's extracted some of the venom thing or whatever, the serum, out of Aurora's body. I said, look, here you go, Marcel, that's for you. You take that. You drove the Michaelsons out of New Orleans once. You could do it again. And then that is how we ended the episode. So this one and the next one are going to be really interesting. Vincent and Marcel are going to be fighting against the Michaelsons to drive them out. Usually we conclude every season within a season, so the storyline will be concluded. I can't see Marcel dying, to be honest, because if we go with the facts how it looks right now, we've had Finn die, Camille die, Davina die, and Jackson die all in one season, which is quite a lot of deaths, to be honest, of big characters. So I can't see Marcel falling, because we have had technically Lucien who come in, Aya who come in as well. Not seen Tristan and Aurora. She's probably going to die as well. So there's quite a lot of deaths. So I don't think Marcel's going to make that list. But I can't wait to find out. So if you guys are excited for today, smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Not in grief. She is no more. And though she was taken far too soon, may her enduring light show us a way through this darkness. Because we cannot move on until we do. And though the pain may at times seem like more than we can bear, we will move on. Yeah, even now, the words of Ecclesiasticus are ringing in my ears. They're saying, vengeance.
Forever ago, I told Davina a story about my first boyfriend. I had never shared that story with anyone else, and I loved her.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Words aren't any good. The Michaelsons need to answer for this.
Do you know what I mean? The person that killed her is right there, and he is a Michelson. So is he going to go back and tell Klaus? Is he going to tell his family? What's the deal, yo? Literally, like Pink says, what's the deal, yo? Literally, what's going on?
Okay, we can't run out of whiskey at an Irish wake. It's like the one rule, okay? Whiskey is important.
Whiskey is important. Excuse me, don't I know you? Did you know her well? Very special girl. I haven't read anywhere how she died.
An accident. Are you here in an official capacity, officer?
No.
Didn't even look at him, mate.
It's best I reach out to him before that anger hardens into something worse.
It's good, man. Look at him. He's doing logical plans.
You know what? It turns out I hit my funeral quota for the day. Were you so overcome with guilt at what you did that you couldn't bring yourself to indulge in whiskey?
When Lucien died, he was convinced the prophecy would still unfold.
I personally hope the bloody prophecy is true. You can all rot in hell for all I care. Do not lecture me about family, sister or not. But I never for a second wanted you.
I do think that Cole has been a good addition to it. I like it. You know, his character's like, you never know what you're getting up and down, like round and around. Literally, it's good. Now, if he goes for a few episodes and then drops back in, maybe a couple, like episode 4 or 5 next season or whatever, you know, and we get the Rebecca effect, just in out, shake it all about, you know, I'd be happy with that. I don't want him to die. But he kind of staying true to his kind of character, what he is, you know, like he's kind of like an angry one all the time, and he's been that. And, you know, hopefully Davina comes back, because I actually don't want her dead. How crazy is that? I'm actually saying that out loud. I actually don't want her to be dead. I want her to come back and then Cole, like, drop in maybe later on in the next season.
And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Might just be that the truth is a curse, man. Maybe you should be more careful what you wish for.
People don't just die. They get sick, or they get into an accident, and all those things leave a trail. Camille O'Connell is dead, and there isn't even a death certificate, or a coroner's report, or anything, anywhere. If I get a feeling something's not right, I gotta do something. I got that feeling now.
I feel like Vincent's had a shave since last episode.
Funny, you know, I missed out on the whole binge drinking thing in college, but I guess I'm making up for it with the drowning my sorrows thing. How about that little declaration of war you made this morning? The Michaelsons, they aren't exactly known for letting bygones be bygones.
It's the Michaelsons who need to worry about me.
So you're gonna die soon too? Well, that's good to know. I'll make sure I get this soup clean stat. You gonna kill all of them? Klaus, Elijah, Freya, Cole? Yeah, he's mad at them now, but when push comes to shove, even Haley chooses them over you.
Oh, he's throwing facts around. Literally, that was really good, Josh.
Every time I get close to seeing something, it all just fades away.
Mate, I was right. It did look like Marcel. All of
One
them?
by friend, one by foe, and one by family.
What would you do in that situation? What would you do in that situation? I can't get over the facts that Josh was speaking. He was throwing them out there, literally straight fire all over. But that was good, man. I cannot believe, right? Like episode 1 or 2, I called it, man. I thought the shadow looked like Marcel. I literally did. It looked like his whole body. Now, they might have just added him in right there, but I'm taking it as I got it right, and I'm really happy with that.
Vincent told me he found a way to extract the serum from Aurora.
Missed you at Davina's memorial.
I thought my presence there would be inappropriate. I know how much you cared for her.
Because that doesn't sound like an apology.
It seems you're always willing to watch the world burn. Long as you survive. Freya had the power to kill Lucien and save Davina, she would have. Am I supposed to just nod and accept that?
What am I to you, Klaus? I mean, at first I was a charity case. We all know that.
Yes, we quarrel. But that is what family does.
So I'm family. On a time you were my mentor, but you never been my brother.
Come with me.
That was sad, that. Good acting from Marcel. The thing is, Lucien had to go. He did have to. Like, I understand. He can blame the Michaelsons in that way, but it was the play that had to be done. You know, like, yeah, like Klaus says, regardless of the situation that got us to where we were, the play that had to be done was that one. I do agree with that. Like, I actually do. Like, because it wasn't dead certain that Davina was going to die, but it was a high chance, and it was kind of savage that you had to sacrifice it to see that. But there was a bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? There was a bigger end goal. How many people would Lucien possibly have killed or gone on to reign? He could have done. You never know the ripple effect.
Serum. There's no trace of it in her. If Marcel takes that serum and becomes the beast we're told in the prophecy, I won't be able to stop him.
Freya?
Hey. Oh, what the hell, mate? Wow, that was sick. Wow, that was well good. But the guy does love her, though. He's well consistent with her. I full on believe it. I don't think he's chatting shite at all.
You said you wanted to know.
She's Vincent, and I thought I was crazy. Wait, you're telling me that voodoo, black magic, angry spirits, all that stuff is real?
My crazy ex-wife, Eva, she tried to siphon the power of our ancestors. And she created this. Witches are supposed to be the protectors of New Orleans. And we were, until our ancestors, they came along and they made a deal with the devil in the former Lucien castle. Look, man, it's a long story, and the only thing you need to know is that some innocent people are gonna get hurt because the ancestors, they don't give a damn if this whole city becomes a war zone. And we're going to sever the ancestors' connection to the world of the living.
That is fucking mint. How mad is that? See, this is the thing with Vincent, right? Literally last episode, yeah, he was making a plan with Marcel to get rid of all the vampires and the Michaelsons, mate. Get rid of him, mate. You're out of here. Next episode, mate, he's getting a plan of getting rid of all the ancestors. You know what I mean? Like, he is the character that plays both sides. He's always on each side. One episode he's with them, one episode he's against them. I think it's fascinating. I like him, so I don't really mind. But I'm so happy that we're back on getting rid of the ancestors, because we diverted away from that because he's blaming the Michaelsons for Davina's death, and it was 100% the ancestors. So hopefully he succeeds with that.
This is where you had me scatter my father's ashes.
Our family crossed when we first brought you home, the threshold between your past and your future. When I brought you here to scatter your father's remains, you did something I never could. You released your hate to the wind, and I knew you to be my son.
Did you remind me of all that, hoping I'd feel like I owe you something? If one of us is standing in the red, I'm gonna say it's you.
You are so like me. You see, I raised you in my image, and yet when you thrived, I allowed my worst fears to take root.
I never wanted to be better than you.
But you and I are bonded by fate, by history, and by blood.
Gentlemen, am I interrupting something?
No, freeze! Hands up!
You all right, man?
Yeah, man, just tell me you got what you need.
There are places, sacred places, that help them focus their energy. And one of those places is a tomb. It's the cornerstone of the link between the living and the dead. And I'm gonna use every drop of power and crack the foundation. A magical surge that big is gonna send out shockwaves throughout all our cemeteries.
No one know that PD can clear it out.
Do whatever you have to do, but make sure there is no one around when this thing goes down.
Yeah, how are you gonna get that thing into this spirit world?
He's got to die.
Who the hell is that guy?
That's Conor McGregor. Who the hell is that guy? Vincent is good. Do you know what? Do you ever get the feeling that a character has got a good, like... So this, I totally forgot his name because he's been... this police officer, right, I feel like he's got good potential to be a good reoccurring character. Like, every time he's in it, he's always in a good scene, an interesting one, action's going down, or something to do with him, and it's really good. Do you know what I mean? We had it when Klaus was coming in, he compelled him to have, like, a better life. We had the one where Lucien was cutting him and, like, getting him to try and kill himself. He's always been in good stuff, arresting Camille, all that. So, I mean, I would like him to stay in as a recurring character to me. It seems like the cast is dropping. We need to lift it.
One of you is trying to make peace. The other one is eyeing me like I'm a rabid dog.
Well, then tell me my concerns are unfounded, Marcel. You tell me where it is.
This?
You're not going to blow up the ancestral well by yourself. I saw her, Vincent. She is reaching out to me, and I have to reach back.
Come on, Cole.
Come on, man.
Why not take it? I mean, loyalty never got me anywhere. And the only thing you respond to is a show of force, that I would be your equal. I figure you can never live with that. Me owing you, and all that pretty fairy tale about me being part of the family, that only works if you're in control. The thing about kings, though, eventually they all fall.
The thing is, though, yeah, he's saying Klaus has to be the top. Right, my dad, regardless of how big I ever get, yeah, I could become King of England, yeah. I mean, I physically can't, but my dad's still going to be ranked above me, like, regardless, yeah. I might be the biggest, I might be his equal, but he's always the big man. And, yeah, Marcel, yeah, I understand where he's come from. I really do. Like, he's saying, you're talking that recalls, but no, yours would be better. But the thing is, yeah, he's like your dad, like he's just said. And your dad, my dad, your dad, everyone's dad, is always above them. I don't care. Like, that's my personal opinion. My dad will always be above me, regardless of what situation. I might succeed. I might have a better job than him, might make more money than him, might have a better house, more kids, flashier. My dad is always superior to me. And that is my opinion. And that's everyone's. Everyone's father and everyone's mother should always be their superior. Like, I don't care how successful you become and how equal that you are. You still bend the knee to your dad when they're around. So I do understand where Marcel's coming from, but I mean, I'm not saying I'm on Klaus's side. I'm just saying the dad, the alpha, should always be the number one, regardless of how equal you are.
Well, there ain't no party like a cemetery party. How exactly does an original vampire get to go to witch purgatory?
We're gonna have to move quick to conjure Davina and get the bomb set. Otherwise, the ancestors are gonna shut us both down.
Oh, has he just poisoned himself? It's sick, that, isn't it? That does look sick.
Klaus, Marcel will betray us. I saw it with my own eyes.
I will betray you? You left Davina to rot. And then you blame Lucien because it's always somebody else's fault. You were the villains in his story.
Always and forever. I used to admire that vow. Always and forever is just an excuse to do whatever the hell you want.
I'm asking you to choose wisely.
You can get there before he swigs it.
Whatever I have to do, Klaus, I will find a way to hurt you. From this day forward, I am nothing less than your worst.
Oh, he's done it. Fuck. Shit. That is the one. I think that's the most shocking, like, death that. I just fully didn't expect him to go. Like, I expected Elena to leave. I felt like it was coming. Do you know, like, I said it loads of times throughout the season. Like, I feel like she was going. And, like, Camille's, obviously, I didn't expect it, but it doesn't have the impact like this one does. Fucking hell, like, literally, I'm lost for words, man. I can't believe it. Like, he had... The thing is, though, like, can you blame him? Like, they put themselves in the situation where, like, you've effed it, Marcel. Literally, like, he was blatantly in a situation where he was saying, no matter what happens to me, I'm coming after you. He's physically in their faces, both of them, saying, no matter what you do, I'm not going to stop until I come and get you. Do you know what I mean? Like, he dug his own grave. He might as well be stood there. He was stood there with the spade, digging it. Every time he was speaking, he was going further and further down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I cannot blame Elijah at all for killing him. And we've seen the prophecy, and we've seen him fulfilling it, and we've seen Haley attacked, and Klaus attacked, and Elijah, and Rebecca, and I didn't know if his Hope was there, but and Freya. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he had to go again, man. I just didn't expect it. Like I said, we've had Jackson. Mate, Davina, Camille, fucking hell, Marcel, mate. I'm sure I'm missing someone else's name as well. Like, literally, there's so much. I'm thin, mate. 5 people. No, I really do think that. I feel like Marcel's gonna come back, but like how? We've never seen it. We've never seen a vampire with a heart ripped out ever come back. It's mental. Honestly, this is like, ooh, it's mad.
Davina!
It hurts.
So positive, she's not been destroyed.
I could have talked him down.
You could have won. He was one of us! He despised us. He was the leader of the Strix, entrusted with all of our secrets, and Niklaus, we betrayed him. I had no choice.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, I actually do. In this situation, I really do, man.
You've done enough, Vincent. You should go. I'm not asking.
Hey, yes, Davina. It's cold dying. Can I imagine that, man?
Forgive me.
Oh, he put up a false front.
It's Marcel. He took his life.
Mate, I want to stand by him.
Davina.
Can you do me a favor? Can you tell Josh not to be sad? Tell Marcel, thanks for being my family.
I'll tell them both.
I don't know how to say goodbye to you.
I've loved the last like 15-20 minutes of this. See, I thought it was weird seeing these when he come back, but not no more, man. It feels like the end, man. It does.
Give them hell, Davina Claire.
What a mad episode. I did not expect this when I clicked on it.
Freya showed me what Elijah saw. The prophecies haven't been wrong once. He has always forgiven you.
Mate, there's too many straight fires coming out of everyone's mouth this episode. You can't counter any of it because it's the truth all over.
Ancestors are cut off for free. I just gotta get things moving in the right direction.
Feeling like I was losing my mind. Like there was something out there in the darkness waiting for me. Thank you, Vincent. Oh, man. For trusting me with the truth.
It's the only way to be sure, Elijah.
See, fuck it. Ah, he's going for it, fuck it.
He's dead.
Look at Vincent.
No, Marcel didn't take it.
You think that because Marcel wanted them to think that.
Good shit, mate.
Marcel took that serum the moment I offered it to him. He ain't even hesitate.
Hey, some fucking good shit, mate. I'll tell you what, mate. That is... You got me there, literally. You had me there. Had me on strings. Fully convinced for fell for it as well. I must have swore like 10 times when he fucking fell over that bridge, literally. The only time where you know stuff's going on is when like I start like blurring out all the swear words, literally. Get the dictionary out and start going down, ticking off everyone that I can say. And that's because literally my head's just scrambled and I don't know what's going on. That's when you know stuff's getting good. I can't believe that he took it. The thing is, right, he deserves to die. And if goes after them, he deserves to die again, real this time. Literally. I said it last episode, whoever goes after the Michelsons, I want them to have a good run. To have a good run. I do. Don't want you to come in and get beat. Like the guy that come in and he was the one trying to find out about the White Oak, the one that sent the emails so everybody knew. First of all, where is everybody, actually, that he sent that? Do you know what? Not even thought about this. Literally popped in my head. That guy come, went into the bar, compelled everybody, asked Vincent where the White Oak was, then they found it. Then he said he posted a message on the message board. The Freya used a map, yeah. She was like, look, he's only him here in New Orleans. He went after him. They killed him. Now, first of all, that was annoying because somebody come in, threatened the Michelsons, but then died instantly. Now, that is garbage. But the after effects of what potentially was to come was actually really good because it was like one sacrifice from the masses. And then we're seeing it, the map, all the dots turned and started zooming towards New Orleans. Now, what has happened with that? Like, I am not having that every single person that come was part of Lucien's army. And if it was, where are they? Yeah, where is that blonde girl that come in and got the White Oak? Yeah, she was in for one episode. She didn't get killed, did she? I'm sure she didn't. And it looked like Lucien had a big little army coming, and we're not seeing them at all. And Lucien's died. I have no problem with him dying, actually, because he come through, had good episodes, had a good death. You know, he got defeated. It was justified the way they'd done it. They had the powers. But now, if somebody goes after Marcus, I want you to die. Now, obviously, Marcel's going on, like, consistently that he wants to be their equal. And you can be their equal, but you have to understand that you can be somebody's equal, but below them. Yeah? So, like, you can be... how can I say? Two people can run a company. Two people, one can be 48%, one can be the other, 52%. It's both of your companies, and both of you have a massive say, and you're pretty much equal in everything. But at the end of the day, there's just that one tiny bit where somebody's just a little bit above you. Now, for your whole life and through the whole company, you are equals. You are both directors, you're both the CEOs, whatever you want to call it. You're both running it, it's yours. You're together as one equal. But there's still a pecking order. Not like, you can't have in life a straight line with everybody on the same branch. When you go in a company, you have like what do you call it? Like a tree, like a company tree or something. You have the top guy and you branch off, and then you have like 7 managers, and then underneath them they have their own staff. All their managers are equal, but in their own way, and they all have staggers, and they all have different responsibilities. Marcel can be as equal as Klaus, but at the end of the day, it's his family, and he's above you, and he can't seem to get that. But I understand that, it's like with Davina when she goes after Klaus. She has many justifications for it, and you can't actually... Like, you can't sit back and say to Marcel, you haven't got justification for wanting to do it, because we've seen it so many times that he has got loads of reasons for his opinions being formed. But he just, again... is unwilling now to listen to the sides. Now, it's interesting, honestly. I don't blame Elijah at all for killing him. Obviously, he's not dead now. He's back, which is good. Really good twist, because it debated me in. I was like, bloody hell, it's like 6 people going out. My head was messed, mate. But obviously now it's interesting. He's back. He's going to come after him. Only 1 episode, I believe, because I keep saying we don't usually take it into the next season. So it is very interesting. I'm really excited, honestly. This was a good episode. Okay, so that is going to wrap up today's episode. What a good one, mate. How good have these last few episodes been? We've had so many deaths and oh my god moments. And he even said when Marcel died, I was like, oh mate, this is probably the first death I'm physically like, what? I didn't expect, shocked, because I just didn't expect it. Yeah, I literally, when I clicked on the episode, there was no way I thought Marcel was dying. And I still, in that whole situation, didn't think it was going to happen. Even when he put his hand on his heart, I physically said, don't rip it out yet. Like, because I wanted to see what he was going to say. I wanted to see if he was going to be like, look, you have this. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it was, that was one of the ones where I was like, wow. Like, physically, did not expect it. And that's across both programs as well. We've seen many deaths in the Vampire Diaries, and some of them have been like, oh, I didn't, wasn't expecting that one. But none of them have been physically like... Maybe when Jess got shot off Liz by accident, I was like, wow, Liz, mate, you killed it, like... But here, it's crazy. This was a great episode. Davina, man, she's gone out like an absolute warrior. Like, I thought that she was going to come back, but I don't know. Like, how crazy is it? Like, I know you have programs and you do change casts here and there. It's not many programs where, like, you start with the cast members and then you finish with the same ones. Now, you're doing stuff like Friends and I'm assuming The Big Bang Theory, even though I've not seen it. It's on the list in the description if you wanted to vote for it, because obviously I've obviously seen the pictures of like then and now, and like stuff like Modern Family. You see them progress. They're mainly like comedies. When you get into action stuff like this, and like ones where there's fighting, you do get casualties, mate. If you've ever seen a prime example is Vikings. Now, I'm not going to say who dies in it, but if you've watched it, you know that big characters die. I mean, big ones, mate. Absolutely. The big ones. So, when you come in shows like this, it's inevitable people are coming, dipping in and out. But I've never physically seen a cast potentially be cut in half. Literally, I feel like that's what it is. We're going to go into next season with only the Michelsons and, well, Marcel, I believe, like, unless he dies in the next episode. It's mad. Like, it's absolutely mad. What a season it's been. I mean, my question to you guys is, do you blame Elijah at all for his actions? Because I 1,000,000% do not blame him for anything that he done in this episode. What he said to Klaus was absolute truth, mate. He said it was facts that he was throwing out. He was saying, I had no choice. I seen the prophecy. I knew what he was doing. As soon, yeah, he was our family. Yeah, we did care for him, but he did lead the streaks. He does know all our secrets. And as soon as Davina died, all hope went out the window. He had a vendetta. He was against us. We couldn't swing him. I could have talked to him. You couldn't, Klaus. You couldn't. You spent it. You was on the break. It shows you couldn't because he's already took it. Now we could see in the end of the episode. Do you know what I mean? He didn't hesitate, Vincent said. He didn't hesitate. It was interesting, the reactions as well. Now you look at it, when Klaus come back and said that he's dead, yeah. You seen Josh, he was shocked. Marcel, I mean, Vincent didn't even react. I think I even said it. I was like, he's not even reacted. Like, he knew. And he said, Elijah to Klaus. Yeah, Klaus said, do you really think that this is the only option? I do, man. Literally, Elijah said, yeah. I say, yeah. Based on what we've physically seen, what Elijah's seen as well, because we have to go off what Elijah's seen, and obviously, because usually we know more information than the characters in the show, and then when actions get took, we can have different opinions, because like Elijah could do something, and then we're like, oh, we've seen a bigger picture, so do you know what I mean? It was a bad move, but based on his visions, he's been told this story throughout the whole of the season, and then he's seen a new vision, and then he's seen Marcel's the one that's actually doing it, and now he's on the bridge, and he's seeing how he's reacting, and he's got the serum, and he's saying this and that, and he was just pretty much digging his own. Like I said, he was digging it. He kept saying, I'm coming after you, I'm going to kill you, no matter what happens, you're going down. That was it, you know. The fear of losing Haley and his family, I don't blame Elijah at all now. Like I say, it was shocking. You could see the effects on him. He was strong. He looked like an alpha, and he had a wall up, mate. As soon as he went in his house, he collapsed. Yeah, he literally, all his emotions went. And I mean, how exciting is it? I mean, Rebecca would have been sick to have in this episode, because I would have loved to see her reaction to Marcel possibly dying. How good would that have been, mate? Literally. But like I said, let's go to Davina. She looks like she's gone now. That's kind of died like 3 times in 3 episodes. She got killed off Cole, and then she kind of got killed last episode, and then we seen her here, and now she's like sacrificed herself like Sonic Boom, EMP'd everyone, killed him. Mad. She's gone down like a proper trooper. It did feel like a death this time. It felt like we had the music. Usually, like when you get a send off, you get good music, emotional scenes, you get good conversations. We had like. Do you remember when Cole was dying, he was laying on the floor and he was saying all this stuff? I felt like he was going. Davina stood there. He was saying, do you remember the first time I met you, walked past the flowers, he was dead. You lit them up, it made me feel alive again. It was new that then. You broke a little piece of my... Do you know what I mean? It just felt so... It just felt impactful. That's it. Quite a lot of times, not many things are impactful. That's a word, man, that I must have been searching for literally episodes. But it is when I always say oomph, you know, like when something happens, it gives a bit of oomph. The impact of an action, that is it, mate. I'm going to start using that. Yeah, it just felt impactful, and it felt like she was going to die, and it does feel like a send-off now. I think we do need to get some new characters coming in. A lot of the cast, like I said, have been chopped. I wouldn't mind... Is he called Detective Kenny? He seems pretty decent, and he has a connection with Vincent as well, and we've already like built those connections. So I mean, I think he would be a good one to stick as a recurring character in the next season. I don't know. I'm literally lost for words this episode. I think it's been really good. Loads of twists and turns. I do want Marcel to die, pretty much. Well, not die. I think Marcel's good in the show. I just don't want him to come and kill anyone from the Michelsons, to be honest. You know, clear bias to the Michelsons, 100%. I'm not even going to deny it. You know, literally, I am. I'm gonna find my Team Michelson shirt and wait for the next episode. That's how much like I've got a bias for him. I don't want him to win at all. I want him to have a good fight and lose. Don't want him to die. I want somehow we can extract it as well off him. I want Klaus to have this serum. I do want him to be the big man. Clear bias towards Klaus as well, I'm not going to lie. Literally 100% all in on Klaus's bias. So excited, can't wait to see your votes for who's your most likely to dislike character as well in the next episode. If you've not done it, please get it done in the description below, and we'll reveal my results and your results in the finale. Thanks so much everyone, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.